I'd like to dedicate this video to my two dads. One dad was an alcoholic, and he taught me what it is to recovery, and that anybody can change, and not only can they change, they can use that change to impact the world. And my second dad, my Abba Father, my Heavenly Father, loved me through it all. And he taught me to love people and to serve people. People see the Art Garden as a farm that produces food for food pantries and shelters. The Art Garden employs the homeless to work with their hands, growing vegetables and delivering thousands of pounds of food. But the important spiritual seed is planted in their hearts and souls. As he says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. We try to fulfill that every day at the Art Gardens. We are mentors, discipling for Christ, and we need many more.
At one point, I was homeless. I was homeless for quite a few years. A lot of people would look on that as being a very bad thing. It's, oh my God, you lost your home, your job, your house, everything, and you're homeless, and you're having to go from site to site to get a place to sleep. In the wintertime, you're sleeping out in a tent in the summertime. How are you getting through that? And really, to me, it was a blessing, because that was what wound up bringing me to the Lord. Ever since I became saved, which was fairly shortly after I got into PADS and started going to church sites, this is like my 9th year saved now. But, things started looking up for me, and, I wound up eventually, I got my license cleared up, I got a car, I got a job, I got, a permanent place to live. And all these things are they can happen. I mean, anybody out there that's going through homelessness, there is a way to turn around. My personal opinion, your first place to start is coming to the Lord. Start off there. I mean, that's going to be the number one thing that's going to start helping put everything in the right perspective for you and giving you that opportunity to start moving forward, because the Lord will straighten your life out. One of the guys who hadn't worked in quite a few years, had a bit of a physical handicap, but he went out to the garden and started working. And when he came in at the end of that first week with a bunch of, money clutched in his hand, probably the first payday he'd had in 7 years, and just the look on his face, the smile, he was just beaming, and he was like showing everybody, look, I earned this. I went out and worked. I made this money, And it was just, it's a transformative thing for some of these people if they've, because a lot of the homeless people have been homeless for quite a while. And you really start to get a very bleak outlook that, it's never going to change. There's no way you're going to get out of homelessness. But it can be done. And this is one of the steps to do it. Everybody out there, if you want to do anything about the homeless, if you have a heart for the homeless, then contribute to whoever's helping the homeless, and especially a program like Janet's, where not only is she benefiting the homeless, giving them a chance to work, but the vegetables that she's raising up are going to go to food pantries. They go to churches to be given away. There's a lot of people that are homeless that it's for other situations that cause them to be homeless. A lot of times things that are really out of their control, and they're not drug users, they're not alcoholics. They just got into a tough spot. And there's an awful lot of people out there nowadays that are living paycheck to paycheck. And you can wind up homeless by missing one paycheck. One paycheck can put you in that situation. What really defines who you are as a person is, what is your relationship with God?